Lovers Night.
Lovers Night.
On Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, we're all heading upstairs the Castries Market. Call up that loved one, that special someone, and roll out and enjoy a night dedicated to all lovers. Upstairs the Castries Market from 8 p.m. Admission only $10. Featuring Out of the Country Doctors, The King of Country, Remix Kid, St. Lucia's #1 country and western DJ, DJ Tim Tom, and the entertainer, DJ Leroy. Lots of giveaways on the night. Lovers Night, Saturday, February 14th. One spot, one venue. Upstairs, the Castries Market. Lovers, get ready. See you there.
Either one of us has that much to do.
Get ready for an unforgettable experience as we celebrate our 47th independence. The Ministry of Agriculture in collaboration with the Independence Committee present the Independence Seafood Festival. This is the right mood. Enjoy a delicious variety of seafood. Eat fresh St. Lucia's best. 22nd February, are you ready? At the Fisheries Complex, Castries, what a festivity! From 11 to 11 p.m. For sure there will be entertainment galore. DYP, Invader, Amber, Ezra, the Fun Machine, Impulse Band, Secret Band, East Coast Band, Wooly Tay Tay, Serpents, Arthur Allen, and lots more, hosted by Jaheim. Younger children will have loads of fun in the kids zone. Independence Seafood Festival, Sunday 22nd.
Are you ready to make your mark in the media industry? NBC and Real FM are looking for fresh talent to join our team. We are currently seeking a dynamic radio DJ and announcer for Real FM, and also a skilled camera operator and editor for NBC. Apply today. Send your applications to jobs@nbcslu.com. Don't wait. The deadline is February 12, 2026.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway. Call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The
Another
man,
wonderful Tuesday afternoon to you, everyone. Welcome once again to The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and producer, alongside our technical operator, Alton Jaquan Joseph, who's the one who has me smiling, a bit of mirth, as we began to play the final little theme towards the introduction. There he was, lights, action, camera, a real big dramatic thing. I've never heard him do that before, but for some reason it had me cracking up, and I guess I need that. I'm alone today for the time being. Terry Fenelon, who is always here before me, he arrives very early. Even if he doesn't come in, he'll stay in his vehicle, listen to the news, or come into the studio, go through his stuff. Terry, if you told me yesterday that you weren't coming today, I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. Jaquan doesn't seem to have heard it before. It's quite okay, but I just hope that it's nothing unforeseen that has overtaken you. Any kind of incident or mishap or contingency or emergency, as the case may be. If that is the case, and maybe you forgot or you got called to do something unscheduled, unplanned, just shoot me a message when you can to let me know. I know what you've been through recently, and in fact, left to me alone, I would have told you, just take a few weeks off to get yourself back into the place. But you're a very courageous, very committed man, and you would have none of it. So you came back, and I was very happy to have you, still would be. But if, on the end of it, you've decided, hey, I need a couple more days and so on, that's quite okay. Like I said, my concern only is that it's unlike you to not come and not tell me in some way or the other that you won't come in. Maybe you did, and I didn't hear. So just, set our minds at rest, Jaquan and I, that we can be sure that you're good, that you're okay, that you're cool. All right? Thank you very much for that. Thank you, everyone, for keeping us company. Our program, as you know, airs weekdays from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on this radio station, which is Real FM. It serves you on two frequencies, 91.3 megahertz for the northern part of St. Lucia and 91.5 for the south. We simulcast on our sister television station, which is MBC Channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service. We are also available on Facebook Live and on YouTube live streaming. And don't forget the YouTube channel. It works well. And to those of you who maybe you're off Facebook or you have difficulty getting the link, you can get us on YouTube, and Jaquan always posts those links in the Real Issues WhatsApp chat group. And I don't think it's very difficult to get on Facebook. I think you can just go to the Real FM 91.3 page, and you're going to get the Real Issues live there as well. Sometimes I bring up some very minor, one might say, seemingly insignificant things just to illustrate a point. We have to raise our game in the country, and no matter how small what we are doing is, we're never insignificant. It's never a case where it doesn't matter. If you decide you go into serving people, and I think we are moving away from being a predominantly agricultural, agrarian, cultivation, farming, laborer kind of economy, to one that is more service-based. And if we are into service, let us try to make sure that we give service which is to the absolute best of our ability, not overlooking anything, not considering anything too minor or minute or insignificant, that we don't have to pay attention to it. Sometimes it is those very small things. I think I've told you before that I go to places, when I feel like eating out and so on, and to some of them the food isn't that great, but at least I get there. I get there because of certain things like the cleanliness of the place. Hygiene matters a lot. You've heard me going off about garbage and litter. And, I like people who pay attention to what may seem. That's not the food. But, making sure that after the last people ate, that there are no grains of rice left or lingering on the table surface where I'm going to eat, drinks which are spilled, and the syrup which is dried, which will always attract flies, that it is lightly wiped off. Sometimes just water is all that's needed. It'll surprise you to know the tap water that we have. Because it is chlorinated, because it is treated, it is at a starting point already mildly, at least, antiseptic, okay? It's not going to burn your hand, at least not unless you already have a pre-existing condition. It's not going to cause your skin to froth and bubble and so on, but it's treated, it's chlorinated. So it has a mildly antiseptic property about it. But disinfectant, whether it be Fabuloso or Sapolio or Pine Sol, whatever, they're abundant everywhere. And because of, I suppose, competition and greater efficiency of production, they're not as expensive as they would be in times past. At least not as expensive relative to our incomes and so on. So I will sometimes go to a place where I know, the food itself, the quality of the cooking and so on may not be all that great. But because of the other things, because of the associated things, I will go there, which includes the courtesy, the hospitality, the niceness of the people, that are there and so on. And you can see that they're trying and they're giving it their best. It's the same way this morning. And I'm sure we can all relate to that, food cravings. It's not anything off, And sometimes there's a very good scientific and how we call that physiological basis in the body for craving something. It was many years ago that, some medical person or scientist pointed out to me that one day you wake up and you just feel like drinking coconut water, and that's all you can think of, or you feel like eating bananas, like you just ripe bananas and so on. And sometimes that is just your body's way of communicating to you that it needs some potassium. It needs some extra because the coconut water, which I understand the type of potassium it has is very good for cleansing of the bladder and that sort of thing. It has a very good washing effect inside. Bananas, a fairly good source. So sometimes you feel like eating banana and you just have that craving and all you can think of is banana or coconut water, and it's your way of your body signaling to you that, it needs a little extra potassium. Generally in the course of eating and so on, if you eat well, you're supposed to get a lot of those things without too much hassle. Or another time you might feel like you want milk, something with milk, whether it's ice cream. You want to eat cheese, you want to drink milk. And sometimes that signals a calcium craving. At least that's what I was told. So this morning, all through coming to work here, I'm thinking I want to drink a cocoa tea. I want a cocoa tea. I want to drink a cocoa tea, and that's all. So I drove off to a couple of places. I don't know whether it has to do with anything. I've heard that cocoa is a good source of so many different things and, magnesium, whatever it is. I can't even remember all of them. I drove off to a place where, they sell cocoa tea. I ordered one and the lady told me, that's the last one, you're lucky, that's the last one, because she was already telling me she has juices, she has this. And if there was none, I would have taken a sour orange because she makes a nice sour orange. And I've heard that there's something in the sour orange, I don't know what it is, but every time I drink a sour orange juice or something like that, you can't eat it obviously. Maybe there are people who can. I don't know. I can't tell you whether the feeling is in my stomach or in my head, but I just get a good feeling from a sour orange juice. I do many other juices, but I don't get it so much with, say, guava. But sour orange, sour sop, maybe things that have sour in them, when they're well made, of course. It's not a whole watery thing that they give you and so on. A sour sop, a sour orange, like I say, guava, not so much. Mango is okay, not so much. Golden apple. But there's that distinctive kind of thing. So she told me, I was already going to tell her, give me a sour orange. But she said she has 1 cup of cocoa tea. I took it away from her. And I went to a place. And next thing you know, I hold the cup where I normally hold it, which is just at the rim where the lid that they press down on it, where you can either lift it out or you can drink it through a little sip hole that they have. I tend not to trust the sip hole because you use the sip hole and the thing is a lot hotter than something you would sip. So sometimes you sip through and then you realize it's so hot, you burn in your mouth and everything. So I tend to lift it. But this time I decided, in where I'd rested it, because I held it around its body, to hold it around the rim, because these cups, they hold very well. When they press the lid down, the thing holds. Next thing you know, the lid just came off, like it was never pressed into place so that it would, so that it would firmly attach to the cup and so on. And I had tea all over the inside of my vehicle. A vehicle that on the weekend I spent almost both days giving it to someone who's an expert in what they call car detailing. Who cleans up the inside meticulously for you, the rug and vacuum and know how to lift up rug and take out center console and do all of that. So, the vehicle feeling proper, it's smelling proper for all the things that spill in it already that I wanted to take care of. A cup of cocoa tea, gone, well, most of it. I felt like going back to the lady, but I say, I I gone again to a second lady because this one had told me that's the last one. Oh, I know. She said she know I like her bacon, saltfish and herring, whatever. I have none of what you like, I said, but do you have cocoa tea? She said, yes, I have, She didn't tell me it's the last one this time. So as a replacement, and I'm somebody, I don't like trouble, I don't like... I asked her for a cup of cocoa. She gave it to me. I carried it the same way, carrying it to the vehicle. A gentleman saw that my hand may have been engaged with my phone in one thing and whatever. He opened the door of my vehicle for me. I got in, rested it. Next thing I'm going to pick it up the same way like I said. I should have known better at that stage, where the lid presses into the cup and it usually holds well. Brum! Came off again. This time all didn't fall. But some fell, this time less, on my shirt. I hardly got any in the vehicle, which would have been a real disaster of Murphy's Law. That on the same morning. But I just thought to myself, how come on every other occasion, whether I buy a cup that has this pressing lid from one of the established fast food franchises, a KFC, it does not detach on me. I have bought from these people before, it did not detach on me. Why this morning? Until it occurred to me when I examined, I pressed the lids back in both cases, as you should take your time and press them. And I tried them again and they were not coming off. Carelessness, becoming casual. You serve people, you do it all the time, you don't think it matters. Sometimes these little things matter because the little that fell on my body as opposed to what fell in the car, I did feel the burn. I felt the burn. Some of what fell in the vehicle, it went into my bag, a multi-pocket bag that I have. One of them went down into where I had some receipts, and if I really needed them, maybe about 90% of them were gone, unusable again. Thankfully, they're not the sort of receipts that are mission critical and so on. Some went into the pockets of the bag, some went down underneath the handbrake lever, and it was like a lot more time that I had intended having spent. People, I'm making all this point not to make heavy syrup of 2 cups of tea and the lid coming off. I'm just saying, let us pay greater attention to service, to excellence of service. There are things we get off with. We get away with, we go scot-free with when it is fellow St. Lucians, when it is other black people like ourselves. You do that at a hotel for some American, white American, whether it is at Ladera, whether it is at Jade Mountain, whether it is what, and the tea spills and it burns them, lawsuit. The sad thing is, usually when those foreign people, those white people, those American people, those Canadian, those British people decide to sue, whether a private enterprise like a hotel, or whether they sue the Castries Constituency Council for walking in town and some of those slabs and some of those, drain coverings are not in place and they hurt themselves on it and they sue, they get settlement, they get money because we afraid, that the bad news about what happened to them will travel, and if we even contest it in court, we might end up finding, something written by travel writers on Expedia or whatever the names they're called and so on, and then we're gonna lose visitors, we'll lose revenue. So sometimes the settlements we hear that they settle with them for 1.3 million, a St. Lucian will never get that. They won't even acknowledge them. They won't even, take them on. And that is the sad thing, about the way we behave towards other people who look like us, by which I mean African-looking people, black-looking people. A lot of times we don't give them the time of day to give them any kind of honest or just compensation for the losses that they have suffered. We don't even consider it. But, the fear of God is in us over the Jean Blanc, over the European, over the Canadian, over the American, that we should do anything to offend one of them, because TripAdvisor, Travel Advisor, whatever the .com is and so on, they'll be on our case. And then it could cripple our cruise calls and the visitor experience and people coming to shop. We take care of them. Let us have an equivalent concern about our people as we do about the visitors and so on. Let us look for service tip-top. And since the visitors are not always there, they come during the cruise season and the winter tourist season, let us practice good service on our people, our own. Let us value them. Let us treat them with respect. We do not do that enough. We feel too often that our own people, that we can take them for granted. We have to stop this sort of thing. And by the same token, we the people of St. Lucia, have to stop letting visitors and tourists for the photo opportunity and for something that they will go and post and show and do documentary on, as if they love our country more than we ourselves, like they love our beach and they love our... We're supposed to have a love and an appreciation for this country that is equivalent to and surpassing that of the visitor and that of the tourist. We have to stop that. The littering problem is by and large, in Shelton Daniels' opinion, a manifestation of our disrespect, of our disdain, of our contempt, for what is our own, our environment, our country. We don't give a damn. This morning when I was hosting Zafenu with Jaim, a man said, what was most disheartening, or was it Jaim who said it? You're driving and you're seeing somebody in front of you tossing things out of the window, take away food boxes like it doesn't matter. They don't give a heck about it. They will do it. It's like we always consider that things which pertain to us, that it is not worth respect, it's not worth reverence, it's not worth taking care of. Like I said, listen, always a yo, kaifei. It's always a yo. It's never us and so on. It belongs to us people. I don't know where this kind of mindset comes. And when I come, I get in messages from people, but Shelton, there's littering in New York. Yeah, there's littering in New York. There's also one hell of an amount of resources. There's also people getting charged and ticketed. Not all of them, but if a cop spots you, some patrol cars on, they will likely, unless they have something much more pressing, blare their sirens and so on, and they're going to come to write you some ticket or some charge. What is wrong with us? We have a problem with our country, and it is this same disrespect, I want to put it to you, that translates in our person-to-person interaction. Black people seem to have a great difficulty respecting other black people, And you have heard me say it many times before. I believe in Black Lives Matter, but I would like to see Black Lives Matter to black people more. Overwhelmingly the killings and so on is black people doing it to other black people because they don't think other black people amount or are worth a rat's behind. So blowing you away is nothing for them. They can do it. Because Kimunuye, Sakwevye, Negmawons, and the names that we call each other in America, it's my understanding that in certain parts of the ghetto areas and so on, it's routine for black men to call each other dog, in the affectionate term, dog. Why? Because dog it has become so commonplace that it has even become a term of endearment. We've been called it so many times. We don't have to follow this very same pattern and paradigm. We don't have to do it in Little St. Lucia, where when you search, almost everybody is some relative to somebody else. Nous sommes famille, maman c'était kisa nenen man. This thing, it goes on and on. But here in St. Lucia, we have to stop it. We have to stop it. We have to be able to understand that we don't have millions of square miles and so on. What we have is just 238 square miles and a population less than 200,000. It is possible for us to tackle many of the issues and the problems that we have in this country if only we have a greater sense of respect. If only we have a greater sense of regard, of reverence, of appreciation for what is ours, what we didn't pay for, what we didn't have to do anything to get. We were born here for a reason. We are St. Lucians for a reason. And the reason has to be a reason that involves us as part of it. Nobody can... You think anybody can come and make us appreciate the country? You think anybody can come and do that? What is this thing about this litter? And there's so many facilities and avenues and opportunities for us to safely dispose of garbage. Why don't I throw garbage? Why, when I finish eating whatever it was and the bread and salt fish and whatever and the cocoa tea, even when I was vexed that the cocoa tea spill and all of that, I didn't take the cups even in my rage and so on, and just toss it outside. I carefully made sure that they were, safely covered back, as I think I did a better job than the people who served it to me in two instances, not far from each other. Put them in the very same plastic bags, whatever, that I had shopped with and so on, and safely dispose of them when I get to some garbage receptacle or whatever. I do that all the time because it just looks so unsightly and out of place. Anyway, enough said on that. Where are we now, Jaquan? We close to one? Huh? 6 more minutes. Okay, that'll be about enough time for me to focus on something else. You're right. Apparently you've been watching my phone. The clock is just perfect. 12:54. I heard there's a lot of talk going on about some hotel that they plan to build on or near or at the end of VG Beach. How to me, when I was growing up, little boy, going to school, living in town at friends and so on, we used to jog from town, Machin, Touge, that was, go to VG Beach, roll some ball, do whatever we had to do, splash about in the water. I mean, there was a hotel at the end of the beach there. Now, I hear people talking about the Red Lion Hotel. I didn't know, as if I can't remember Red Lion Hotel. But if it is that building that is a little higher up in the elevation, below where the Archbishop's residence is, or somewhere in that area there, I have seen what looks to be a multi-story, obviously abandoned building there, still standing, visible, not overgrown. But to me, there was a hotel in the flat, unless they were the same property, and they used to call it the VG Beach Hotel or something like that. To me, there was a hotel there. Islander Hotel used to be up in Rodney Bay, in the same area where now I think the Baywalk Mall is and so on. But there was a beach in the flat at the end. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. At the end, and by the end I mean at the western end of VG Beach. Now, if there was a higher one called Red Lion, honestly, I was not aware of it. I just knew about the one in the flat. Sometimes visitors from it passing would see us. Some kind, they would just come and, say hello, hi guys, how you all doing, whatever, and so on. It was this thing about it felt so nice, when the tourists, come and tell you hello, and, the politeness and courtesy, made you feel good. It was to make you feel good for everybody. But I remember there was a hotel to me at the bottom there. I knew the manager because one time I was working for somebody who he claimed had come and asked, to be granted use of the facilities and had never paid, and he had done it out of respect for the person and in confidence that the person would honor, and the person never paid anything. And he came to my office to ask me if I could persuade the particular individual to pay because, his directors and so on were threatening him that not only would they fire him, but they were going to make him pay because he said he had done it out of his personal, acquaintance and knowledge and respect for the individual that he came to ask me about. And he looked very distressed as he sat in my office explaining to me what had happened, that he had taken it upon himself in good faith to advance, that kind of credit arrangement to the person, and they never paid, and he was under the hammer for it. To me, there was a hotel, in the flat there. And I'm just wondering, why is it that I'm hearing voices of dissent and grumbling and protest and opposition to the very mulling, the mere mulling? In other words, floating the idea of having a hotel development there. What is going to be so bad about it now than was 40 years ago? If I remember 40-something years ago, there was a hotel there. Somebody sent me a little note. Was it VG Beach Hotel and so on? I'm hearing about Red Lion. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really know too much about the name Red Lion. I thought Red Lion was the building higher up, but there was one on the flat. Maybe they were the same thing. What would be the big difference about it now? And here's why I want to say, yes, we probably have more people. There's probably less beachfront available now, etc., etc. But this isn't the only. Somebody's calling. I hope they realize I am on air. Real issues. Are you aware that I'm on air now? This is the Real Issues with Shelton Daniel. You're calling my phone during a live program that I am hosting. So I'm saying, is it something you want to say on air?
That's the only number I have. I was trying to tell him that.
This is Shelton Daniel, eh? So don't put out our secrets if you're somebody holding a secret with me.
But I cannot really operate, so that is why I called Shelton. I have his number, that is why I called.
Okay.
So I wonder if you can transfer that message to him for me.
So what message you want to convey to him?
He's talking about where they're going to put the hotel.
All right. Can I call you back? Let me just finish what I was saying, and I'll call you back.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm getting another call coming in straight away.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. This is Shelton Daniel calling. You're calling me now, Mr. Hold on a second, Hold on a second. I have someone on the landline. Hi, Real Issues on the landline.
There was a big hotel they call Red Lion.
Yeah, hold on, my friend. Just hold on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, my lady.
There was a hotel, big hotel called Red Lion. There was also Blue Waters.
There was also what? Blue Waters?
Yes, it was also called Blue Waters because my sister was going to Sir Arthur and that hotel trade that way. She had to go and do her practical.
Okay, so the name was really Red Lion, but it was later called Blue Waters.
Yes.
All right, okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right, I was very young at the time, so my mind is not clear. Okay, my friend from the south. Yeah, Real Issues, you're on the air. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Shelton, I'm calling you to verify.
But you have a lot of noise. You have a lot of noise where you are. So I think you have the TV on or something like that.
Can you hear me now?
I could hear you all the time, but there's a lot of noise in the background from the TV or something like that.
Well, I've moved away from it. Let me tell you now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm calling you about the same thing the person told you. The hotel used to be called the Blue Waters Beach Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be owned by the St. Helens. Past St. Helens and these people. I own St. Helens family.
Okay.
That was the original hotel. It was called Blue Waters Beach Hotel.
Blue Waters Beach Hotel.
It changed several times.
Okay.
And
in one of its iterations, it was called Red Lion.
Yeah, it was called Red Lion afterwards.
Okay,
but
all right.
the original name was Blue Waters Beach Hotel. They even had a medical school there for a while where they used to keep cadavers in the bathtubs.
Okay.
I think that might have been Scotland.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for that.
One. You remember I am Santona? I'm St. Helen.
Which St. Helen?
I own St. Helen. She started the
Okay.
The girls that went to the road and things.
Okay. Can't really remember.
No, research it. I own St. Helen's family. Spa St. Helen was a big time football worker.
Okay, yes. Somebody mentioned that.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Somebody else is on the line holding. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, Real Issues on the landline. Yeah, hi.
There was a VG Beach Hotel. I remember in the early 70s, I would say. Because I remember MNC had their first Christmas party there when Booker's took over. So there was a VG Beach there.
Okay. So there was a VG Beach Hotel?
Yes.
All right. Thanks for letting me know that I'm not a mad fella. All right. Thank you very much. The calls came a little quicker than I expected they would. So let's take the break. And then when we come back, we'll continue with the comments that I was making, and we'll continue taking the calls as well.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with big issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It's It's Lovers Night.
Lovers Night.
On Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, we're all heading upstairs the Castries Market. Call up that loved one, that special someone, and roll out and enjoy a night dedicated to all lovers. Upstairs the Castries Market from 8 p.m. Admission only $10. Featuring Out of the Country Doctors, The King of Country, Remix Kid, St. Lucia's #1 country and western DJ, DJ Tim Tom, and the entertainer, DJ Leroy. Lots of giveaways on the night. Lovers Night, Saturday, February 14th. One spot, one venue. Upstairs, the Castries Market. Lovers, get ready. See you there.
Either one of us has that much to lose.
Get ready for an unforgettable experience as we celebrate our 47th independence. The Ministry of Agriculture in collaboration with the Independence Committee present the Independence Seafood Festival. This is the right mood. Enjoy a delicious variety of seafood. Eat fresh into Lucia's best. 22nd February, are you ready? At the Fisheries Complex, Castries, what a festivity! From 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. For sure there will be entertainment galore. DYP Invader, Amber Ezra, the Fun Machine, Impulse Band, Secret Band, East Coast Band, Woolly Tay Tay, Serpents, Arthur Allen, and lots more, hosted by Jaheim. Younger children will have loads of fun in the kids zone. Independence Seafood Festive, Sunday 22nd.
Are you ready to make your mark in the media industry? NBC and Real FM are looking for fresh talent to join our team. We are currently seeking a dynamic radio DJ and announcer for Real FM, and also a skilled camera operator and editor for NBC. Apply today. Send your applications to jobs@nbcslu.com. Don't wait. The deadline is February 12th, 2026.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Appreciate you staying with the real issues on this Tuesday. It is the 10th of February 2026, and I saw a little earlier that a call was coming on the WhatsApp line, which looked like Dr. Carlton Augustine, but we have someone on the landline, I think. Good afternoon, Real Issues.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. It was called Halcyon Sand Hotel, then after Red Lion.
It was called what?
Halcyon Sand Hotel, after then Red Lion.
Okay, Halcyon Sand and then Red Lion.
Yeah.
I'm getting so much feedback on that, you know. Someone said, you're right, used to belong to the St. Helens VG Beach Hotel. Red Lion came after in the same VG Beach Hotel, and that's somebody who's a hotelier who's sending me that message, saying the big unfinished building you can see was being built by Pat Brown. All right, so that's... Yeah, another person, let me see. Well, I think they deleted the message that they were sending me. All right. Somebody says it was Red Lion Hotel. Then yet another person says, let me see if I can get that message. I was very interested message. Somebody says, you are correct. It is the VG Beach Hotel. I used to go there with my father all the time as a child. The building at the top is Pat Brown's place, never finished. During those days, VG Beach was full. I think he meant of fishing boats. Red Lion was the disco at the hotel. So, you know, you're getting a lot of different perspectives on that. Carlton, good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Real Issues.
Yes, good afternoon, Shelton.
I was at SMC in the 70s, and we used to use that area as a shortcut. And there were like 4 or 5 different names. One hotel operated under several different names.
Okay.
And this is what had really opened my eyes and made me got interested in economics.
Okay.
The late William Demas wrote about it. He was against giving concessions to hotels because he argued that once the period of tax concessions was over, they sold or formed a new company and operated under a different name.
Okay.
So if we notice, most hotels have a sort of a shelf life corresponding to the time of their concessions.
Okay.
It still happens today, and that's what was happening in that place. Once, in those days, it was like 7 years, I think. So once the 7-year period approached, we saw a different hotel. And, that was a strategy to continue the period of concessions. I think nowadays, some of them get 10 to 15 years. So we notice more hotels have a life of about 10 to 15 years. Mm-hmm. And then a new hotel comes, or they sell, So that is what has happened at that place. But there were more than one hotel by different name in the same spot.
Okay.
Because while I was at SMC, it might have changed name about twice.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate that little bit of history and context. Thanks a lot. All right. There was a call coming on the landline, but Carlton was already on the WhatsApp line, so I see that the blinking stopped. You can call again. I think we're getting another call on that line. Real Issues, you're on the air. Go ahead. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, the Real Issues. You are on the air. We are hearing you. Go ahead.
Yes. It was Vigi Beach. I worked in Vigi Beach Hotel at the end there in 1973.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that is what I wanted to say. I worked there at Vigi Beach in 1973.
Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you very much. I was about to tell you Red Lion and heard you say it is another message that came in. Someone else said yes, there was a hotel. All right, this person's just saying hello to me. Thank you very much, Lima. Let me see if I can get... Another one says, okay, that's again confirming that there was a hotel there. What else can we get? Right. Okay, Terry did send me a message this morning, which I'm only saying now. Yeah, he did send a message explaining that he won't be coming in today because he has a meeting whose schedule clashes with the Real Issues. So he did send it. All right, thank you very much, Terry. At least just knowing you're okay. Do we have a call on the WhatsApp line? All right, we are taking your calls, 4533911, the landline direct that you can call us, and you can also reach us via WhatsApp calling on 487-9849, okay? That's the mobile number on which you can WhatsApp call us, 758-487-9849, and the landline is 4533911, okay? All right, I'm trying to get so many messages, Let me see if I can get that one. Another person says, bonjour, hope all is well. That person wants to know details of my detailing person. That's classified information, so if you want me to, to break the confidentiality chain, then, I can be bribed. I don't want to check, Let's mutually agree on a certain cash payout for my giving away this kind of classified information, okay? That's a wealthy businesswoman. All right, but she says, I have to lodge a case against the CCC having tripped over a broken slab. If you can direct me to any case where folk have successfully sued, grateful for info. Okay. You're asking me to basically give up my government and my city council and statutory bodies, as opposed to, I'll use your message to tell them, pass something and I won't give you that kind of information, so you won't have ammunition. You can see that today I'm playing I'm playing for some serious change, you know. At least I'm still in the change league. Let's see what else we can get. All right, like I said, we're getting so many messages. Let me see if I could get another one that came in a little earlier. Okay, I think that person deleted the messages that they sent. Let's see what we have here. All right, the telephone lines are still open for your calls. They opened on their own without me declaring them. So 758-487-9849, that's the WhatsApp calling line. And the landline number is 4533-911. We're getting someone. You're on the air, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air, go ahead.
Yes, Sheldon.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was the BG Beach Hotel, and then it changed to Red Lion. Pat Brown was one finished buildings at the back, and they had a disco. I think it belonged to Pat Brown. I think it's a Pelican or something they call it. I can't not sure the name. On the flat. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, we're getting a call on the WhatsApp line. Real Issues, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, good day, Shelton.
Yeah, good day to you.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm sorry to hear about your experience in the Cocoa Tea.
What's that?
Because I was just laughing to myself when we were talking about that Cocoa Tea.
Yeah, you know, not putting the cover on the cup very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how many times
because Shelton,
it never did that.
I can relate. I sell cocoa tea in the morning, and I always make sure that when I'm putting the lid, I tell the customers press it down.
Yeah.
Because most of the time they're going to work, and I would not want any incident. But you're so correct about the customer service. A lot of times, because somebody was giving me an experience. We went to a popular restaurant, and he was there with this white lady, and it's like the owner of the restaurant said, "Oh, the problem won't come Vinicia." It's like when she have guests, she have white people. She doesn't want the local to come, and she failed to realize the locals are the one keeping you alive all the time, because these folks just come seasonal.
Mm-hmm.
And you find a lot of the places, a lot of the local restaurants, they actually do that.
Yes.
They give the white folks better service, which is unfair, because you're spending your money like anybody else. Yeah,
Sure.
so we definitely have to demand better customer service when we're spending our money.
Quite true.
So that we get it.
Yeah. But
Okay,
thank you very much. Okay, so
Yes, you're
I
welcome.
think I want to cut to the chase. Release that call, eh? I want to cut to the chase and ask, what do you think about the plan, the idea, the proposal to build that hotel at the end of VG Beach in the area where there has been a hotel or hotels before? Why am I hearing grumbling about it? And the reason I'm saying so is not that I don't appreciate the fact that there could be more people using the beach. There could, especially in the developed northwest of St. Lucia, be greater pressure on beach access because of similar previous hotel developments that are ongoing. We have more of them. I mean, the ramp isn't the space it used to be before. I think it's now about 1/3 of what we knew the ramp to be. There are other hotels. I can tell if you think that's bad in St. Lucia, you should go to Barbados and see some places where you can hardly get a little spot. It's a narrow little strip of access that's granted you. You feel like you basically being suffocated by a concrete jungle, you know, or concrete jungles on the beach, especially down in that area they call Worthing, you know, the Worthing Beach, and a whole lot of them that just go one after the other, and so on, you know. I mean, and yet, I mean, people live with it. But I'm not saying we should replicate other places. I'm just saying, if there have been beaches before, and we live in a place where both the consciousness and the technology, I would think, has evolved. All right, we're getting a call now. Let's take that call. Yeah. Hi, real issues. You're on the air. Go ahead. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Long time.
Yes.
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas and all. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Same to you.
I know you know that voice and that young lady.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. It's not a big smile. It's not a nice smile. I don't know what is happening. What is happening in Wasco?
The water horror is still continuing. Somebody messaged me yesterday to tell me that as if the whole Grand River area, from what they're saying, has a water problem. You live in an area of Grand River. I think you live in the Piat area, right?
I tell you, I live in Isu Ernesto. Isu Ernesto is down there.
Yes.
Isu Ernesto is
Yes.
Ernesto.
Yes.
Ernesto.
Yeah, of course. Very well.
Now, going to Piat.
Yes.
That concrete road on your left hand side, straight up the hill, you cannot miss me.
Mm-hmm.
Not miss me.
Yes.
I live in a big concrete with the Reno bill a couple years ago for us.
Okay.
And the biggest plywood house at the bottom, the shop in front of me.
Okay.
My business. That's where I live.
Okay.
But I hear Wasco. What is happening in Wasco? Wasco want to raise water. What are they raising?
Well, I haven't heard that they want to raise water, but basically, the cost of producing water and all of that is increasing. Wasco is having a problem raising revenue because to do so they would need to raise the cost of the water bill and so on. And our people, you tell them you put in 25 cents on water, they're ready to go to war. Yeah.
But what I don't understand,
but Wasco,
giving Wasco too much money.
No, but Wasco on their own can't just stay and raise water any more than minibus drivers cannot on their own just stay and raise bus fare.
Raise bus fare because if water raise, minibus go look for raise too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So how are you managing to cope? Do water trucks pass by you to drop some water from time to time?
I had to buy a $400 water.
A 400 gallon.
$400 Wasco is charging you for the water.
Wow. How big is
That's
your?
how I survive.
How big is your tank?
I tell you from a 650 gallon now.
Okay, and they charge you $400 to fill it.
$400.
Wow.
That's what I want to know. What is the price of a gallon of water?
Yeah, well, that is much higher than you'd pay in a residential water bill, right?
Yeah.
And I suppose
And two of us in the house.
I suppose
two of us and my granddaughter.
I suppose having to put it on a truck
and my granddaughter.
having to put it on a truck has a significant expense to it, in fuel, in payment of the driver, the water truck company, whatever. Yeah, so.
Yes, that they fully done for me. It's okay. I don't have a problem in that.
Okay, let me.
The problem is I have no water in my pipeline from since last year August.
Wow, that's a long time to be without pipe-borne water.
I don't know when last I opened my shower and bathed.
Let me ask you this. Has it ever been explained to you? Because I'm aware that I think you had a conversation with the MP, who's still the MP, Mr. Kenson Kazimi.
Yes,
that he called you.
Mr. Kazimi, yes, I did.
Yeah, did he not explain to you what
sent a technician to me.
Mm-hmm.
They checked the meter, they checked the pipeline. They said there's nothing wrong. I wish I had a leak. Because if I have a leak, I can say, well, I had that leak. I can know water there.
Mm-hmm.
They say they don't see nothing in my pipeline. I tell them my meter is down the bottom. Green my meter for me in my house. Let me delete my meter. People got to delete it. They tell me they don't see nothing wrong, but I don't have water. They're not dropping the water that often for us. But when they drop, the neighbor does give me, I have to pay the neighbor and still pay the rental on my meter. And still getting a water bill for $90.
All right, so you said
me a water bill $90. I don't owe them. I pay every time the month end. I send that Wasco $25 to them because I don't get no water in my bank.
So you said they're not. Hold on a second. They said they can't see any reason why you should not be getting water because everything is okay. The meter is okay.
Okay.
Now let me ask you this.
When they drop it, I'm still not getting.
So other people around you, when you don't have water,
there is a neighbor, Rachel Daniel. She like next door neighbor. She does give me water. She I just pay her water. I have to go to her, take her hose, and get my things full. I not getting mine.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you, when you don't have water, I just want to be clear on that. I'm asking you something you probably have answered already. When you don't have water, other people around you have water.
I doesn't have. When they sing it, other people live. All neighborhood is getting, but I don't get it.
Wow,
That's my problem. Problem is,
if what?
Send me technician come to my yard, and I do the boy so well. I don't respect nobody. I'm taking certain things from my heart and my soul. Rachel Daniel, my neighbor, when they send the water, she had get my hose and pour my feet and pay her when the man can because she give me water, not Wasco.
Okay.
It's not Wasco.
Vanessa, in all that time since August last year, are you telling me there is no time, not even as people would say I'm not getting water, I have to stay up and macro the water and 2 o'clock, you mean not even a little?
I'm the only neighbor that doesn't get some water, Mr. Daniel.
Okay.
I'm the only neighbor that doesn't get. They send the technician. Technician said there's nothing wrong, but I don't know what I'm about to do all my pipes all over. I want to know what to do. Honestly, I really want to know what to do before school. Because the lady, when they send it, when they finally send, she had to get my hose, whatever connected, and we living like neighbors.
Okay.
We surviving.
Okay. So what I was asking, not even in a 2 o'clock in the morning, like you will see a little trickle that lasts for no time.
Daniel,
Okay.
when your toilet tank has no water, you never get water.
Okay.
First place, I just check my toilet tank.
Okay.
If water comes, is it must full?
So what were you saying you might? So what were you?
At the bottom of the hill, so I must get water.
So what were you saying you might have to do? You might have to run your pipes again. That's what you're saying, or you know?
Maybe all over, maybe, but they must come and tell me something.
So,
they tell me they don't see nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong.
This is strange. This is weird.
The technician come and tell me there's nothing wrong.
This is weird. This is weird.
There's nothing wrong. They can my husband go. I'm tired of calling. I know you must see my message. You must see my voice. You must see my voice. You must see, don't see my face. I'll send you a picture of me. Watch my WhatsApp picture. You'll see me.
Okay. Wow.
So, but it is really frustrating. It's really frustrating.
I would swear.
Right now, I think from today again, they still take it. They say they're working on pipeline. I don't know which pipeline.
Okay.
I don't know.
If you see I was I was a superstitious person, I would swear the gauge on your pipe.
No.
Somebody gauge on your pipe.
You know, I love talking to you so much. You're a man I have a lot of love and respect for. I have a lot of respect and love for you. Honestly, I'm telling you, honest from my heart.
Okay.
You're a man. I like to chat with you. I like to talk to you. I talk to you.
Yeah, but
then I have a father. But you don't remember your pap, my father.
Okay. All right. Nani like Bali, my footy palm city.
I tell you, come and check me under him.
Footy.
Mr. Fenelon too on a Saturday.
I think Mr. Fenelon know you know, because you know he hangs out by Nestor quite a lot.
I had that shopping union down there. I've served my people. I've done my part in this one. I had a shop by the brewery down there. Me that there. I just gonna make it. I have a shop in my yard now. I can't make it anymore down there.
Okay.
I sell, I give away everything I had. But I put my thing in my face. So the thief that refused to take me down there, I can't take that.
Okay.
I tell you that. Anyway, somebody else will take the line. Mr. Daniel, anytime I'll chat with you. You must send me your private number.
No, but this is my private number that I'm calling you on there, so that we're talking on there. So you have my number already. But 90 been like
I love talking to you.
90 been like on Bali ak fote ti yo twa could mash Bali by
It's a joke.
Yeah.
And what that doesn't mean my country don't have water. If you understand my little granddaughter 1 year, send her water. Send her water.
Yeah, but somebody told me the Grand River area, there is a problem with water in that area.
There is a problem of Asukana will get.
Okay.
When they open it, Asukana have water.
Okay.
But a little hill, that's why I tell you, when you was watching Nesto, just figure Nesto at the bottom, Nesto will get. The little hill, that orange shop coming up, that little to your right, left hand side, coming up the little concrete hill there. That's why I live.
Okay.
Not a job. Now when they drop it, I alone not get. Miss Darius was not getting as well. She finally get once or twice last month. Okay. And Miss Rachel Daniel from Masha.
That's the same family man.
That's where I get my water from.
Say family man, that's not me knowing.
Hey, Mr. Daniel.
I just joking. I don't know the person at all. Yeah. But anyway, we'll
take care.
Yeah, we'll stay in touch. Okay,
again.
No problem.
Nice.
No problem.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, this is a lady called Vanessa from Piat who for a whole year, that lady has been communicating with me, telling me about the stress that she's under of not getting any water at her place, any whatsoever. You know, and she says, you know, she bought a tank, but she's kind of semi-disabled or impaired and so on. And carrying the water from the drum or whatever is a problem for her. I think on one occasion she spoke to Minister Kenson Kazime, and I think he gave her an explanation of the problems in the area. But now she's telling me other people, when they get a little water, she's one person for sure who's not getting it. I think Minister Kazime had explained to me when I had called about, you know, some issues that they were having and they needed to resolve them, but it is not something, a quick fix situation that they have to do. So I hope that it will get better. But hers is not the only case, not the only story of people who are experiencing that problem. I'm looking for the message that somebody sent me just yesterday to say that, you know, the Grand River area, that they're having water problems. Now I remember some time ago a lady who is the spouse of a worker or former worker of MBC who lives in the Monsepan, I think, area, was telling me that they were having, I haven't heard from that lady for a while, but was telling me that, you know, the problems they were having with water in that area. And Monsepan, Grand Rivière, Degazon, you know, we're talking about broadly the same area. Piat, you know, Asu Canal, we're talking about it. Jacquan, you're from Corinth, huh? Yeah, do you all have problems with water there frequently or of any significance? Okay, all right. All right, folks, we're due for a break, our final break for today's program. Let's take it, and when we come back, I'm sorry for the people who were calling on the landline while I was talking to that lady from Piat. I'd been promising that I would allow her. There's another lady who called earlier. I wasn't able to take her call. I'm going to be calling you back when we return from the break on The Real Issues, powered by Blue Waters.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It's Lovers Night. On Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, we're all heading upstairs the Castries Market. Call up that loved one, that special someone, and roll out and enjoy a night dedicated to all lovers. Upstairs the Castries Market from 8 p.m. Admission only $10. Featuring out of the country doctors, the King of Country, Remix Kid, St. Lucia's #1 country and western DJ Tim Tom, and the entertainer, DJ Leroy. Lots of giveaways on the night. Lovers Night, Saturday, February 14th. One spot, one venue. Upstairs, the Castries Market. Lovers, get ready. See you there.
Either one of us has that much to do.
Get ready for an unforgettable experience as we celebrate our 47th independence. The Ministry of Agriculture in collaboration with the Independence Committee present the Independence Seafood Festival. This is the right mood. Enjoy a delicious variety of seafood. Eat fresh into Lucia's best. 22nd February, are you ready? At the Fisheries Complex, Castries, water festivity from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. For sure there will be entertainment galore. DYP Invader, Amber Ezra, the Fun Machine, Impulse Band, Secret Band, East Coast Band, Wooly Tay Tay, Serpent, Arthur Allen, and lots more, hosted by Jaheim. Younger children will have loads of fun in the kids zone. Independence Seafood Festival.
Are you ready to make your mark in the media industry? NBC and Real FM are looking for fresh talent to join our team. We are currently seeking a dynamic radio DJ and announcer for Real FM, and also a skilled camera operator and editor for NBC. Apply today. Send your applications to jobs@nbcslu.com. Don't wait. The deadline is February 12, 2026.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway. Call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knightsmed Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Yo, with the real issues powered by Blue Waters. On this Tuesday, it is the 10th of February 2026, and I have a lady who was trying to call a little earlier. You're on the air now, ma'am. Whatever it is you wanted to say, you can go ahead now.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
No, what I was telling you that the conversation that was going on about Fiji Beach Hotel and this kind of thing.
Yes.
So I was telling you, after Blue Waters.
Yeah, do you have your TV on or something? Can you lower it?
Okay, I will do so very quickly. Yeah, I was telling you, I worked at Fiji Beach Hotel at the end there where Blue Waters was in 1973.
Okay.
I worked with a chef. They was called him Paul Simmons.
Okay.
So when I left VG Beach Hotel, I went and worked at Victoria Hospital. It was VG Beach Hotel.
Okay, I kind of remember the name, so I wasn't wrong. I know it was, at least during the time that I became conscious, I used to lime there, and later I knew it was the VG Beach Hotel, yes.
Yes, it was VG Beach Hotel, next to the airport there.
Yes.
Yes, that is what I was trying to tell you.
All right, okay. Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah, you know, folks, that area of the airport there, it's also stuck in my mind, but I think it's one of the last places that I saw my friend and former co-worker Tony Paul, I think he used to go there with some friends to go and play football, seniors or veterans, football practice and so on. And I remember meeting him inside there, and we stopping to chat. He was decked out, in his football boots and tall socks, knee-high socks and whatever. And he explained to me, I kind of, even after that hotel is gone, some of the memorable thing that this is one of the last places, if not the last place, I think that I actually stopped and we actually had a chat. But we have another caller on the line. Hi, Real Issues, you're on the air now. Go ahead. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air. Go ahead. Yes, you're on the air. You're on the air, my friend. Go ahead. I'm hearing you.
Yes, Shelton.
Yes.
That hotel was also owned by the Halcyon Days. There was Halcyon Days, Halcyon and Halcyon Sands. That hotel was called Halcyon Sands at one point in time.
Wow.
And at the back there was a club owned by a called the Octagon.
Yeah, to me, Halcyon Days was in Viewfort, right?
No, Halcyon Days was in Viewfort.
Right, and Halcyon Beach Club.
Then
Halcyon Beach Club is up at Shop, right?
And VG was Halcyon Sands.
Okay, all right. Wow, it's been through quite a few iterations, hasn't it? Yeah. All right, thank you. Thanks for another perspective on the history.
Yeah, I wasn't hearing you, but that's okay.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'm only line and
providing some information.
Okay, appreciate your call. You know, folks, and this is what I was about to say, but the call started coming. What is it about now when our technology, our consciousness, our understanding of wastewater treatment and disposal, of the whole septic thing that might pollute the water and so on, even of our construction on near shore, what we call near shore areas, sandy areas, coastal adjoining or marine adjoining areas, is a lot better than it used to be. So a lot of the environmental issues, that might have arisen in times past where it was just a matter of drilling and piling and excavating and so on, when now we can do essentially hotels that are kind of floating, in a manner of speaking, on the watery sub layers and so on, that they can do so many things and so on with it now. That we can insist upon. And I would say when we have big investors and developers, that we enter into negotiations with them, we enter into discussions and get them to commit to something not directly related to the hotel, to the actual hotel development. Some kind of thing that will benefit the local people, whether it is to fund lifeguard things or some other thing, or life-saving training and equipment, or something like that, that they can get into camera monitoring and so on, so that if somebody finds themselves in distress, and we do continuous testing of the water to ensure that the water quality is not being negatively impacted by the hotel. There's so much that we can do to get them to commit to as being part of it, so that their good corporate citizenship and their activity in St. Lucia, in addition to being done according to best practice, we can also get them to partner with us in other things that we can do to ensure that our environment, our economy and other are upheld. These things, they're not far-fetched. They have been done in other jurisdictions, in other territories, and who knows what is the priority for the VG Beach area that they can partner, that it goes outside of them just coming to put down a hotel and so on. So All right, we're getting a call on the line, but as soon as I was going to take it, apparently we lost it. We have just about 15 more minutes to go on today's program. Somebody has sent a message on our chat where they say, "Hey Shelton, we are experiencing the same water issue in Sugar City, Badouange. For as long as I can remember, water gets to the bottom of the hill and doesn't reach the top. You have to carry water from the bottom or use a truck to fill your tank. Come on, Wasco, it's 2026. Another lady says, and I think that's with respect to Vanessa, who called us from Piat, telling us of the water woes that she's been having there for how long. Tell the lady she have to replumber the house, all right? I think they mean to replumb, I don't know, the house, how's it called? But she has to rerun the pipes and do it again. That seems to be something. It's not, I suppose it will not be prohibitively costly, because if it is PVC pipes, you're talking about the half-inch pipes and so on, they're fairly inexpensive. And I think something, you can't be telling me somebody's telling me everything is in order with the water supply and they just cannot find why it is you're not getting water. Something is obstructed somewhere, and I believe there are people who can do troubleshooting and can do testing to say, okay, this is where there's a blockage. Because sometimes you give people to do work for you and they don't really know what they're doing, you know. So they run those pipes, they join them and so on, and maybe whatever epoxy or whatever cement that they use, they did not apply it properly or give it sufficient time, and then there's a critical point at which the water just cannot get past, you know. That's just something that's just coming to my mind right now, not anything that I know, but it needs to be looked upon. Another person says messages were not on air, you'll get a percentage. Okay, that's the same lady who she says the hotel is of a scale to block the views of residents. Just one example, why 10 stories? Why should the locals give up their views to foreigners? All right, I've read the whole matter of the frustrating thing of a big monstrosity just coming to block you and so on. I understand that, but trees block you. You don't want to cut down every single one of them, do you? What about something that provides jobs, that helps the economy of St. Lucia? We need to provide employment, we need to look after the economic development, and we have to find a way to balance this. So I understand the whole frustration of when you lived in a place all your life and you're having this nice, liberating...
Hello, Sheldon.
Yeah, soothing... Yeah, wait a second, just wait a second, don't go away. Soothing view of the sea, and then some development comes and blocks it. But we have to find a way to coexist. At the end of the day, look at VG people. They have found a way to coexist with an airport that I'm sure the noise from planes landing and taking off continuously is surely not the ideal situation for them, but they managed to survive it. Okay, you're on the air, caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying the lady that have the problem with her pipes, and they say everything is okay and she cannot get water. What I would advise her to do is have a plumber, when they have water in the tap, when she knows they have water, have somebody to cut the pipe.
Have somebody to do what? Hello? Hello?
When he went back to check on the thing, he took a 5 cents and he fit it in one of the couplings. And when the lady finished paying him, he knew where he had blocked the pipe. He went and cut the pipe and he removed the 5 cents. It's from that time the lady started to get water. So sometimes some malicious person can just go maybe maybe just cut the pipe, because a coupling is about the size of a 5 cents. Put a 5 cents inside of that, give it PVC pipe, close it back, and you will never get water.
But why would somebody do that to a person that they're doing a job for?
Well, as I told you, the guy said to me he did a job for the lady once. The lady never finished paying him. Okay. And the lady was having somebody. The lady call him to do another work, and he did that.
Like he sabotaged the job?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds horrible.
So a lot of things can happen for a lot of reasons. If everything is okay and the lady is not getting water, something is wrong, because the water is not sent, it must flow.
Okay.
You know?
All right,
so she might have to have somebody to cut the pipe for her immediately after the meter when there is water, and to see if there is water coming in her meter. As long as the water is passing the meter, the problem is from somewhere going to the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much. Somebody said that it probably has nothing to do with Wasco, but with the plumbing. You know, so maybe they know what they're talking about and so on. But different suggestions. It just sounds a little weird to me. But we seem to be getting another call right now on the WhatsApp line. So let's take the WhatsApp call. All right, let's take that call as we inch towards 2 o'clock. Real Issues, you're on the air. Go ahead. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Shelton.
I call a Real Issues.
Good afternoon. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, right now I just started hearing you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm calling about the water woes, especially with that lady. Now, yesterday I noticed there were 2 huge water trucks in Viewport, from Wasco. It looks like Wasco is even taking water from the south to take to the north. That's how bad the water situation is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my other concern is that lady that says that she has not gotten water since August last year. There has got to be something wrong. And with the gentleman saying what he just said there, I think it is dirty that somebody should go to that level to sabotage somebody for not paying them. But I grasp the concept, and it would be nice if the lady would just check her water line to ensure that everything is okay from the meter, and so she can have water flowing freely. Because to spend $400 to get water, and you cannot, like she said, she don't know when last she opened her showers to have a bath. She have to be pouring water on her. I mean, that can't be said, that can't be right. And the other thing, finally, regarding Wasco, the people who are paying the 24 something should be lucky, because you see anybody who applied for water, or you build a new house and you apply for water, they're not paying that 24 something, They're paying that. They're paying for the amount of water that they use.
Okay.
And speaking from experience, I have water. I applied for water about 10 years ago, and I don't know what 24, 34 is like.
Okay.
Yeah? So Wasco getting those people who are building new houses, doing new water applications to pay what they're supposed to pay. And those who are not are probably the ones who are suffering the real scenario of not having water on the daily. But I mean, Wasco needs to do better for us.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much. Wasco is chronically undercapitalized. I mean, chronically is a mild word. Persistently, undercapitalized. Wasco, to me, in the foreseeable future, is going to need that financial hand-holding from the government, because the cost that Wasco is charging for water is really not the cost of producing water. Water is being sold to the public, to the people of St. Lucia, as a kind of a social good, almost like it is considered to be a human right, which true it is, but reality is reality of the expenses you have to go through to bring potable water to people. Let us say we assume that water is free. It's God's water, but it is man's duty through Wasco to take that water, to purify it, to clarify it, to pump it through pipes and a whole lot of things that cost money. And to pay people a decent salary, because it's a parastatal, quasi-governmental department and so on. And the power of unions and wage negotiations and collective agreements are often most powerful in the civil service and in the statutory or parastatal organizations. So Wasco is constrained from charging the money that reflects the true cost of bringing potable water to people through the pipes. Everybody is taking Wasco's water that they have treated, that they have made potable, that they have chlorinated, and they use it to go and make bottled water, which one bottle of which sells for what people don't want to pay for 1,000 gallons of water, but they will pay for a plastic 1 gallon bottle for 6 something, but they don't want to, so it's a dicey kind of situation. Wasco is a political hot potato. It's politically risky. Politicians, governments are afraid that they can lose seats, lose governments, lose power on the basis of water, which always boils down to Wasco. So we're going to continue to have things being treated in a kind of very tentative manner, and we'll be on tenterhooks of fear and kicking the can down the road, perhaps for the foreseeable future. You're on the air, caller. Go ahead.
Hey, Shelton.
Yes.
You see what you said there? I am quite in agreement with it. But I'm saying this to you. No country can survive without water.
No.
Now, we do not have, from looking at the rivers we have, feeding the level of rainfall that we have annually. I can foresee, and Wasco knows, and every citizen should realize that we are now entering a period of seriousness. I don't know how well and how serious the government is about that. I have been consistently talking about an increase and perhaps a different method of getting water, because you cannot be developing a country. We are inviting people to come and build hotels. They come here. When they come here, we give them duty-free concession for 10, 15, 20 years. They literally pay nothing to the economy than a tiny little salary they give to the staff at the hotel. Okay? Now, that is one of the most serious issues we have in this country. Water. Water is life.
Yeah.
Water is development. Water is, how can you build a country? How could you live in a country without water? And Wasco, I don't give Wasco no pressure. Wasco cannot raise their water. That is a government responsibility.
Yeah, that's right.
And it falls on the government. And I believe the Philip JP administration, from the first time it came, they should have grabbed one. Because Flambeau did a mess. Flambeau squandered millions of dollars and they're still going around.
And I'm telling you, if you see water rates were to rise while Philip JP and SLP are in office, my goodness, you'll never hear the end of it, Alan Shastley and them, their tails, will be up in the air. They raise water on people after they had raised,
Shelton, that is not a political discussion. That is
it's not supposed to be. But do you agree with me that we can jump high, we can jump low, it will become political?
Look, JP was re-elected for a second term. Obviously, he did a good job in the first term. Water remains the most critical. Forget in infrastructure, forget investment. Because if the citizenry is going through what they're going through, forget who you vote for. But water is life, well. And I don't believe enough is being done with Wasco. And it's not Wasco. Wasco cannot raise water. Lucille can raise the rate. Flo can raise the rate. And the politicians that get serious at that thing there. Grab the bull by the horn. Raise water. Let Wasco do surveys and find out where else they can get another source of water. If not desalination, but a sort of fresh water. If we in 2025, still we can 26 just begin. And we are going through that. What's going to happen to 2020? Huh? And the level of development we have there. We have a whole heap of development happening there in Rodney Bay, the hillside there, where the property was there, is Caribbean Jewels. Plenty of homes going there. They need water. You have hotels being done. We have right there by the Pope site, up north, another big structure going up. Where these people are going to get water? Why are we allowing, it's just like we are allowing permits to have cars imported and we have no parking for it in country or anywhere else. We have to have something serious. Wasco cannot raise water. So you cannot blame Wasco for nothing. Okay? It's a governmental responsibility, and whether the government lose power or not, you have to deal with water. It is too long we have been looking at our terms in office to do certain things. We need to do what we are supposed to do, regardless of what. But we cannot just let those guys who have squandered the money that the government had. Because, all right, the John Compton Dam is still, now I have to desalinate the field. Okay? The dam is still full of debris. It's still full of dirt. Okay? So even if rain should fall tomorrow and a heavy dose of rainfall, everyone, most of the rain, most of the water we're going to, we're just going back to the sea. We are not ready. We need to make, look man, it pisses me to see the government has not, to me, I have not seen a government who has taken Wasco serious. And water is life, my brother.
Okay.
Without water, there's no life.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. All right, and with that, I think we've come to the point where we have to wrap up today's real issues. We will come back to tomorrow, God willing, from same time, 12:30 to 2, on the radio station Real FM, NBC Television, and of course Facebook and YouTube Live. And I want us to revisit this whole matter of the hotel. What's your thoughts about it? Do you believe that we need it and it can be done and it's not a problem, or do you have objections and misgivings about it that you also want to share? We want to entertain that on the Real Issues. Thanks, Jaquan, for another great job, and enjoy the rest of your day safely, everyone. Shelton Daniel for the Real Issues, powered by Blue Waters, signing out.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
The winning numbers for the midday draw of Tuesday, 10th February 2026 were Double Daily Grand 4, 10, 13, 16, Big 4, 1, 3, 9, 8. The Big 4 Multi-X ball drawn is 2X. Pick 2, 2, 9. The Pick 2 Multi-X ball drawn is 3X. One off, 2, 6, 4. Lucky 3, 2, 3, 3. The Lucky 3 Multi-X ball drawn is 5X.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back.